Hi again, my name is Ben, and this video of the Kansas Navigator Series gives you the scoop on supported decision making. Supported decision making means having supports when you make decisions. Got it? No? Okay, let's talk this out. Supported decision making means you can call upon your circle of support to make decisions, including everyday decisions like, what color should I paint my bedroom? And big, life-changing decisions like, who should my roommates be? And where should we live? The decisions you make depend on what's important to you and what your goals are. When using supported decision-making, you will meet with members of your circle of support to identify the pros and cons of your decision, think through possible outcomes, and get the best guidance for you. But making the best decision doesn't mean you'll never make mistakes. Sometimes mistakes are the best way to learn about yourself and what you want. Supported decision-making can be casual, like talking with a friend or caregiver over coffee, but you can also have a formal supported decision-making agreement in place with your circle of support. These agreements list 1. Who is in your circle of support, 2. Their contact information, and 3. The types of decisions they support you in making. Some states have these agreements as legal documents. They let people like doctors and lawyers know that you are making an informed decision and that your decisions should be respected. Let me walk you through a recent example of using supported decision-making in my life. Not that long ago, I was feeling a little lonely in my apartment, and I wondered if a cat could be a good pet for me. But I had never had a pet before, and I wasn't sure what it might mean to take care of a furry new friend. I have a pretty big circle of support, but my mom and my friend Tyler are the people who support me about making decisions about my living situations. So I brought them together to talk more about this idea I had. We met for pizza and talked about the pros and cons. Pros: having a friend to hang out with and building new caretaking skills. Cons: the cost of food and vet bills, and the litter box. Ugh. They helped me weigh the pros and cons and think about what my future would look like if I got a cat and what my future would look like if I didn't get a cat. Ultimately, I decided that cleaning out the litter box would be totally worth it to have a furry new friend. And we came up with a plan for unexpected things like huge vet bills or who would watch the cat if I went on vacation. Once I made a decision, it was time to pick out a kitten. The staff at the shelter supported this process by explaining the personalities of all the kittens and talked to me about strategies I might need for taking care of each one given their needs. And that's how I ended up with Muggsy, the cat formerly known as Freddie Mercury. He likes to play fetch, chase toy mice, and cuddle while I watch my favorite movies. Really, this was a pretty easy decision, but I'm still glad I had support to make sure I was making the best choice for me. Remember, no one makes decisions alone, especially big ones. We all need people from all levels of our circle of support to think through things. And this probably involves different people for different situations. But, ultimately, you are still the one making the decisions. And every time you make a decision, you are building your self-determination skills and learning more about your strengths, support needs, and goals for the future. Thanks for watching. The next video has some tips on how to start using supported decision-making in your life.